Yeah, so you have to understand that whatever lyrics that they're popping over on top, you don't follow it, Masat. Yeah, because it's one thing that's meant to make fun of you at the end of Masat. Yeah, nowadays it's just a script that's based off like a team or emotion itself, and then the group itself will try to showcase how easy it is to like flip money around the space because they have like a culture that's here to like showcasing stuff that's here to wealth itself or something. So they have to go off and like be scammers. Yeah, it's a technique. It's a technique that they employ within a system of like scamming over the digital age area, where they were showcasing how easy it was to make money on the space area. Yeah, as a joke, specifically also. So man, all these fake scam over here that go on to like get the fake stuff on the space area, and they're showcasing to you how easy it is to get it. Yeah, as like a house account, right. That's been what some of these new music is like with the AI system because that's the type of new generation that they prop up without any solid experience and understanding. Yeah, that affairs are because of the fact that the people they're looking up to, yeah, I currently fighting the system. Yeah, either to the high applicant system or to the military, where they have not hit the main armada yet. So they're skirmishing with them different smaller spaces around the space, which means that they do not bypass the layer of the federal system, and they are at war with the federal system itself. So that means the federal system, the ghost system, is closing in on them because it has another ghost system that you call forensic over the cyber space area, and that's way to like cyber crimes around the space. So believe it or not, by the time they wanted to do the ransomware for like the hospital, like last year or the year before that, or 5 years ago, the feds are still investigating that specific on South. So I mean, within 10 or 20 years, yeah, that risk that they're doing, they won't get caught in the process. Right. No, they took the risk because of the fact that they threw away agents that are meant to build shell companies around, especially they're like people that escaped the slave call scam centers around, especially but like they're like the children. Yeah. While the real people themselves are like a elite class that's somewhat really to like things that are bigger, that control a big military and stuff like that. That's why you call them elite class and stuff because they actually have a real military that lives and die for them. So not a military that's assigned as like a security group for like a corporation where there's a new CEO that moves it over. So yeah, that's a different team over here based off like a new prototype that was not there or something. This is an old army, yeah, that keep on creating new military, a new army to its own blood non-stop for its own survival, and especially because of the fact most likely it's part of a system. Yeah, that's there by design. Like yeah, a good example would be a dictatorship, like the Iranian Girl Cup or like the North Korean group where they have a lineage or like individuals that are the founder of their own nation. So they send them a unique army, a unique group of family that live for the mission or that name or that family itself or what it represents, which is way to like the entire. It identifies itself as a real Koreans, man, especially while the other group of themselves identify themselves as a real Koreans, but they want more freedom away from the government itself without no restrictions and no system to be somewhat intertwined and integrated with other groups. Why is again the Asian lineage has been broken down due to like colonization, all sorts of stuff like that. So by the time they were done over here, both brothers decided to go the other way, man, especially like, yeah, one brother group over here that has been pressured by another group, and we had another brother group who had been pressured by another group. So then eventually had the Bullets of Tears scenario over here, not the Bullet of Tears, the Rain of Tears, no, that's not the Rain of Tears, the Rain of Bullets. That was the name of the stage. Yeah, the Rain of Bullets. So within the space, I think that was like what the second stage. Yeah, that now have a scenario that's been displayed as like a simulation towards a system over here that some of us got to learn early on. But like the second, just barely after the second stage or so, yeah, you're into a civil war on a space of that, and then eventually the rest followed to the story of them. Maybe 50 to 100 chapters. So somewhere the group have their own private military and their own private states, and in there they have their own private unique spies and their own group that engage in two different activities around the space. So that's why I don't pay attention to like foreign prostitution outside the United States. They have their own family and their own codes and their own groups specific for what they need to do specific outside. So when Mr. FBI decided to go off and put on the pink shoes and then go off and like claim that she's doing that stuff for all females around the world, for other reasons she stick a knife right inside of her own stomach. Yeah, from a female group itself that wanted dead from a different state. That need to go off and like someone conquer her territory, system over here. So again, I let her go off and do her own stuff, so she can get captured and go off and be held for ransom. There's plenty of videos over here about nails being removed and fingertips being removed and like rapes and like decapitation. And then actually the meat grinder, that's like my favorite one over here, the one that they miss. The same way I tried to pick up that video about the Wagner mercenary being like with a wind blower. Yeah, heavy machine gun being held by a Mali warfare group over here. Yeah, that fight in flip-flops. Literally Swiss cheesing a dead Russian soldier that's already dead with a machine gun into like all violence itself in the 21st century. Can I pay attention to all that right there? Because I know if these groups over here are engaging into like modern day warfare and they're taking out groups like that, what will stop them from like someone traveling to Europe and then hopping on a flight ticket and then someone transfer or like to the United States and then someone transfer in there, or going off to like find new trainees, yeah, to the internet to then go off and like someone be their avatar inside the United States and then travel inside the US over here to then go off and engage with the military itself, like not even the military, civil systems over here myself. Or even be the security layout or like the resources that they extract over here for like the rich group that go off and make the money off like whatever territory of like minerals or stuff that they maintain within Mali itself. So by the time they transfer some of these resources over the Western society and the system itself, they're gonna be very wealthy into more things. I mean, actually these dudes over here, they're gonna be their bodyguard. That's gonna someone pretend to like be part of a gang or a criminal organization as they walk around in the space of that within a Muslim enclave. So yeah, and the difference between them and this group over there, apparently that dude over here was just in front of another guy that he just killed, as if it was the dead cattle, and he just wanted to spray him on the special lot. So yeah, so he has a fresh taste of like killing and blood versus like the regular Teletubby that barely punched somebody on the wall. Right. So the same way I was looking for that video over here. What's up? Here I was over there watching another video on like Fortune. Yeah, that disappeared real quickly into more things specific. What's up? Right. So I said by the end of the day, I'm very busy with trying to like survive. It's just I don't know why I get destroyed from myself. I don't want destroyed inside my yard over here. I don't even know why they snitch into my family. I don't even know why I have a black guy in America going to try to talk to my family over there and then try to like go off and like limit how much money I get, as if like I'm his friend over here, as if I'm gonna come to his church. I told that dude over here I already killed somebody in that society, that system itself, and then go off and make his entire drama and his entire story a nightmare for him. It's a cause for like just following the person obsessively and harassing the person non-stop inside his own government system. Because I said the main point of the entire story is, what is his point? Why do you pervert the course of justice? Why do you go off and like create a criminal on the special? Why would you go off and like break inside a guy's car over there with no trial, nothing like that, and just go directly into a amateur movie about Dexter? Yeah, with like avenging somebody that's way to like what? Things that have nothing to do with us. Things that's way to like cartel violence for like another territory. About like, I don't know, FBI agents chasing after, I don't know, Pablo Escobar. So somewhere Pablo Escobar had like a nightmarish world where with his henchmen for that like different psychology. And I think some of these spaces over there, they're just like kidnapping people and like create horror houses around the space. Right, so by the time they uploaded that meat grinding video about some of the members of like the opposition, that's why I tell you don't jump into this thing over here. That's way to like us versus them, they killed my kids, all that stuff. You don't know the full story until like what that was, specifically as a rivalry in between drug group. You don't know if that was a group over here. Yeah. That one night they were in a nightclub, and then the dude over here was like, well, I won't go off and check out this chick over here. And then just like Saddam Hussein's sons over here, the dude over there decided to go off and like kill the dude for his girl or something like that. Like he felt disrespected, so he decided to slap the crap out of this girl over there because he's a caste system or something like that. And then from then on, the grudge just built on, and then they went back and forth in like a weird turf war on the space art. And the turf war turned deadly and into a nightmare where like members were getting kidnapped, stuff was happening on the space. Some of them were being sent to prison. They were being targeted on the space art. And by the time they went done, they killed their family members, they killed some of the kids, all sorts of stuff on the time. And he said the blood feud between the two groups is so hideous into Morphin specifically that by the time they kidnapped one of the members over here, they put them inside a big grinder and they uploaded the video on YouTube. Right. Yeah, it just so happened that this is the way that they get raided. Some people are on the space here because of the fact that they get hit by different groups, different different police group, different agencies, different military group, and eventually they have like a order to maintain the secrets around the space. So by the time one of the families will go off and claim that their kids got killed over here, and then eventually they're like, yo, this is like a female over here, and so all that stuff, like you feeling bad. You drag me inside a cartel versus cartel violence around the space, because you don't know that person over there who lost their kid is actually a drug dealer on the side that's still moving drugs on the side, and still feeding his own people with drugs around the space. So now you took a side in relationship to like a cartel versus cartel, and next thing you know, it's a never-ending side whatsoever, a never-ending violence around the space, because of the fact that's like choosing the South Korean versus the North Koreans, or like one group versus the other group of them. And by the time you're done over here, the borders have been established, and then eventually the war marches on infinitely around, especially spies versus spies, other groups. And by the time you're done over here, the best you can give me is like a small picture about a criminology that can randomly into the society with like no purpose whatsoever on a bigger scale of geopolitics. Other goals are on the specific. Meanwhile, when you target a terrorist group, at least the terrorist group has a larger goal over here. That's way to conquering the world in the name of holy war, Mossad. So then they go off and like strap kids with suicide bombs, and then eventually they blow up everything around the space just to conquer it. You see that that's a better goal on the space. Then now I'm object. Yeah, now I'm focused into objective with Mossad, and it's just like, well, this guy over there stepped into his car blew up because of the fact that 5 years ago he worked for an organization that wanted to like somewhat steal the territory. Yeah, this group over there where they were selling drugs, and eventually they pushed them out. Yeah, so the kids came back with vengeance and blew up his car on the special side. And then eventually his dad now wants vengeance on the special side. So because of the fact that so somehow you pick the side, it's have a criminal system over there that still deal with criminology until like a day that goes even against the own Department of Justice. The system right there, that was not even selected by the journals at all, or the United States mission. So just because of the fact that you heard stuff that's way to like a team that makes it easier for you to go off and try to sell things or sell yourself as a fucking scammer. I tell you, these people are so fucking dumb. I was like, yo, don't talk to me over there. Even I don't participate in the show here because I like my fucking freedom on the space where I get to like be free and not dead. You see that? That feels nice. That's coming from somebody that survived almost being lethal ejection, kidnapped, killed multiple times around the space. So I said by the end of the day, this is what the taste of freedom tastes like. Yeah, like this hot Mac cafe over there. Well, it's like 60 degrees with an AC system. Where he just got off sleeping outside when it's like 50 to 60 degrees. So that's why he was shivering. So now that he has this hot coffee into his hands over there, it feels good. So by the time he steps outside, when the sun comes out and there's a billion clouds, he's gonna feel the sunlight. That's gonna feel just as warm as this. Into like his body over there shivering. You know what that feels like? That feels like freedom. It feels good. Freedom of choice, free will, freedom to not have to go up and work for nobody, freedom to work at your own pace, freedom to get money wherever you want, freedom to go off and get your dick sucked whenever you want, I don't know, lamb chop, somewhere, all that type of meal. That's freedom right here, and the freedom to go off like make more money around the space and drive good stuff. I like that freedom. Oh my god. Oh my god, yeah, that level of freedom. Oh, let me smell my face all over that freedom. I'm an animal. I'm an admiral, not an animal. So I said by the end of the day, yeah, freedom. This is what it feels like for me to bust a nut. Yeah, well, I'm under the stress of death for real. So, yeah, and then I try to sit back, just like in that movie over there, with like the first guy. They tell you it smells like napalm. Yeah. So I said, no, it's not. It's not that one over here. I forgot. Here comes the cavalry. Yeah, it smells like napalm, so I'm shirtless over here. So I just busted a nut while I was getting artillery on the special and gas. Yeah. And the scars that I got from it. The arm area damage. And the ears permanent ring permanently on top of my tattoo. Yeah, I wake up to like a beep whenever I tend to hear that sound, I always tend to like go into like defensive mode because I knew that was a system that they use to go for like somewhat synchronized and like beam stuff inside your person's imagination intentionally. So, yeah, so I tend to be like, yo, is it like when you're in the jungle and like you hear the helicopter from the enemy pass around the space, but you're under the bushes, you go like, halt, stay quiet. So whenever I tend to hear that sound, yeah, that's supposed to like somewhat synchronize the person's ears and stuff, because that's what they do to me in Thailand. I go silent on the special. It's a reminder of like combat PTSD, of being engaged by a unique weapon that's like related to a Havana syndrome. That the minute you hear that sound over here go off and like somewhat be louder inside your ears, you go silent as if you're in like the jungle waiting for a patrol to pass by. So I said by the end of the day, I lost an arm, I lost my earring in the process, and luckily I didn't lose my brain. Yeah, I still have more wars to fight tomorrow. Myself, I just got lucky that I got all my limbs. I'm sorry, man. If you can't be part of that sauce no more, that's why I like to rub it into your face here. Yeah, that I still have hair, no bald patch, and every I'm still in my 30s, not even 40 yet, which means I'm still. Yeah, to the military, I'm prime. Myself, I said being 38, I can join the army, I could join the Air Force, I could join the Navy. They make special exception, and I'll let you know that you can't do that no more. Myself, now like. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, again, the shit that I had to survive, especially that prison over here, it makes me into a very narcissistic person over here. I don't care about my own escape of my life and the next 50 years of my life. How I'm gonna get my pee sucked, and then eventually my kids and my family that gonna bring millions of dollars. Especially that new member that I got over here that looks so adorable, that I never held in my hand over here from the time he was born, so like 5 years ago. What's up? Yeah, so I'm gonna. Again, I'm like a dad over here. Also an uncle, a brother on the special side. Yeah, so I like to babysit for my family or like do favors on the space. That's how my relationship with my family over there is so tight. I could go off and like call my siblings. I'll be like, hey, I'm stuck over there. Can I get like this amount of money? Because you know why? Yeah, I used to do them favors all the damn time to like fucking, I don't know, losing my money, losing my overtime, losing my work over there, and go off and like take days off for them to go off and make sure they can go off and do whatever they needed. So that I'll be on the house over there changing diapers on the stuff on the special while I go off and make my money and do my studies on the stuff on the special. You know, you take care of family very closely, but you don't double stab them or walk over them. Oh yeah, you just build a family around the space here and you protect them. What's up? So I said by the end of the day, yeah, I condemned you so madly because of the fact that you're just like a mad objective here and wishing death on a person's family. I was like, how do you win the moral war here? The person's family is innocent. That has nothing to do with the person at all. What's up? So all of a sudden, because they're affiliated to that person, you wish death on them. So all of a sudden, you go off and like kill an innocent child that has not done nothing at all. What's up? Just because of the fact that they relate to that family over here. What's up? That's dumb. What's up? Yeah, not even. I say you be on death row. I said I told you do not pick side around the special here, because you said by the time you pick a side and then you go off and you target a kid over here, by the time you're in front of the judge will be like 3 life sentences. You killed a child or you did a drive-by. They don't care about where the beef started. As long as they're like you, the kid over here got killed in that process itself. Oops. Is that your gun over here with your fingerprints? Well, you had the choice to go off and not squeeze the trigger and kill that kid by accident. Now in prison for like a lifetime of a child that was just in a driver's seat over here. You didn't think about nothing. Yeah, you're not the military that could get away with some things around the special side. Shrug.